And welcome to all of you, that are present on the call tonight, and then also those that will hear this video throughout this week. I want to kind of begin first in opening to God's presence and share with you what I was led to send out for the Monday call. And it forms around an image that I received years ago from somebody that I forget who it was. I honestly can't give the person's name. She just shared the concept that just as the glove is formed in the image of the hand, so too we are formed in the image of God. And just as the glove needs the hand within it to bring life and function to it, so too do we need to embrace God within us to manifest life and glory in all that we encounter. And just in humility, I submit that we can choose to embrace God and embrace truth that God has instilled his living being within us, the Abun that Yeshua taught us, the living breath of God within, and then choose agreement and the display of this result by the choice of our actions. And we will evidence glory to others so that we will become the living word manifest. We will become God's desire manifested through us because we surrender ourselves as, instead of being an inanimate object of a glove laying on a table that's done nothing or no value, we are empowered by God's presence within, and all of a sudden we do take form. God's presence utilizes us and expresses us in a way that his presence manifests through us. So it's not just the intention that we might bring to the prayer, it is by surrender to the prayer that God's presence presents through us for the sake of another. Not by our power, but by God's power through us. And what I'm witnessing after all the intensity that's unfolded over these last couple of weeks, since Charlie Kirk's murder and all the different things that have happened and all the ideas and things that people are presenting, I just have to ask people, are your judgments in alignment with the nature of God within you? Is it God embodying the glove? Or is it the spirit of judgment? Or have you yourself in such a place that you've assumed knowing of church without to it? Spoken ill of in the world. And I have to honestly ask myself, have I personally experienced that with that individual? If I haven't experienced the individual, I have to be vigilant to recognize God's presence within me to pray for those that are speaking to me and the individuals they might be putting down. To elevate all people to the possibility of discovering God within them, that they would feel they themselves, the glove, embodied by God's presence within them, and they would be increased through holy integrity, increased and empowered by God's presence within. Therefore, they would move with authenticity. They would be able to see through the lies and the deceptions. They would be able to witness God's presence and begin to speak words of life for those people that are offering words of death. Those people that celebrate death are evidencing in their own actions that they are separated from the very reality of God's presence embodying them, as they're willing to embrace and celebrate death. In my heart, I pray for each person to be elevated. And for those people that have turned and embraced anger, hostility, aggression, and hatred, I would pray that they would be increased through holy forgiveness, as displayed by Charlie Kirk's wife, as she was speaking to the words of forgiveness to the very person that took the love of her life away from her and the dad of her children, that she speaks life into each and every single moment by extending forgiveness. Can each of us die unto ourselves, and search the presence of God to be freed from the story and ideals that others present, and be raised up to search the living presence of God within us, to embody us as the glove He has formed us to be, to fit His presence, to show forth the image of His design, and to remember that as we are formed in the image of divinity, this is something that is not taught by any place that I've seen within the faith, that we are formed to be the image of God in the fact that we are triune in nature. We are Trinity in form. We are spirit, soul, and body. And by the fact that God has instilled His Spirit within us, the very proximity of God's Spirit to our being can purify our souls and sanctify our bodies for His use. However, we have to choose to agree with God's holy presence within us. Otherwise, we will place veils between us and the full manifestation of God within, and we will act through judgment instead of divine enlightenment. We will act through aggression and hostility instead of understanding and forgiveness. And I would ask that we might seek within this meditation, this prayer, to see how our views, our desires, our interests could align with God embodying us instead of how the story of the past has formed us to be in a certain way. And we breathe deep. Welcoming in the holy truth that we are as one with our God and Creator, Yahweh Elohim, and that Yeshua extends holy protection around us, a hedge of protection, that we could breathe in, breathing the life-giving presence of God within, and recognize the holy grace that is extended to us in each and every moment. We breathe deep upon this life-giving grace, yet we choose God as the beginning of that breath and the manifestation of that breath through our bodies, so that all might know of the living word that is God within us. Yeshua manifests through us as we choose to be Christ conscious in the manner that Yeshua displayed for us as He walked this earth. We breathe deep. We embrace holy trust and purity, divine grace, the wonder and holy strength that comes of our Creator. The opportunity to open our minds to be elevated in thought that reflects God's nature in how we view things upon this earth. And remember that the struggle is not that which we perceive. It is spiritual in nature and beyond the physical sight of our eyes. If we engage and surrender to the embodiment of God's presence within us and allow for God to present first through us, there is nothing of a spiritual nature that can harm us or come against us. For our eyes will be open to see that which is unfolding, and our tongue will move in such a way that it will bring words of life, transformation, healing, restoration, and forgiveness. We breathe deep. Yarvela muyala melekundala khadum. Yoravondra kibiandro. Abun sabandlol muyore. Yahweh Elohim, God and Creator, we offer thanksgiving that you extend holy grace to enter in upon your presence and to recognize your holy attributes and divine facets. We embrace the many facets of your Spirit through holy surrender to allow for your presence to manifest through us so that all might know of your presence within them, that they would be reminded of their origins within you and that you are the author and source of all things blessed through creation. We stand in awe and wonder of you, thanksgiving and awe for the fact that you have gifted us, not only in the gift of life, but the opportunity to allow for the fullness of your power and grace to flow through us, so that your presence and glory is known upon this earth. We trust you and embrace you. We breathe deep within your holy love, for we are one with you. Yarvira moro kandala kaleban dar hurish machliam, livriandur kun minakitirish makilandur kurach. Yahweh, I thank you that you have established within each of your sons and daughters present on this call and those who watch this video to remember and know that your spirit is already present within the glove that they are formed to be. That your presence can embody blessing through each and every one of us as we surrender ourselves to you in fullness of agreement that you are the most powerful force within all creation, for there is nothing that can come against you. We trust in you and embrace the holy grace of your breath in each and every breath that we receive. Avun sabondala klebeshni yedina achalim umrutara kliya barakal murokataria. Your holy and life-giving breath manifested, your glory known within us, as we offer thanksgiving once again through your most blessed and holy name, Yahweh Elohim, Yeshua, Amesiach Alachlim Ekutaria, Avun Sabalamino Kotariara. Amen.